Welcome to another exciting episode of Unraveling Intellectual Property with Michael Stein. Today, we're going to be talking about copyrights and trademarks with Delia Allen, one of my summer 2026 interns, who's done a great job. Today's actually her last day. Welcome, Delia.
Hi, thank you for having me. This summer's been a great opportunity to learn so much about copyright, trademark, and patent work.
All right, sounds good. So you're going to interview me. So let's get started.
My first question is, what industries do you commonly see copyright and trademark issues involving specifically creative works?
I would say that you see it a lot with authorship relating to books and movies, but there's also a good amount in computer software, and therefore, a lot of the stuff we do, being an intellectual property firm and being technologically oriented, our focus tends to be more on the technology side than the entertainment side. There's also issues with uh, selling on the or on social media platforms, people putting songs on there, people putting photos on there. We've gotten threats from third parties for our clients because they'll even buy what do they call it? They'll buy a website package, and then but they didn't even know what was included is in some subpage. There are some photos, and then we get a threatening letter that someone says you're infringing our copyright, and our clients didn't even know about it.
So, if a creator or an inventor discovers this happening to their artwork and someone is using it without their permission, what do you suggest that they do first?
I think one of the things that they should consider is filing a copyright registration. You can't sue, and there's been case law that says you can't sue unless you have a copyright registration. You can send a threatening letter and say, I'm the copyright owner, uh, therefore stop. But without the registration itself, there's no way that you can actually pursue or threaten uh, them in the most powerful way, which is for statutory damages and to take down the images.
Okay, and so what trends do you see when the creators or businesses, when they do apply and register for copyright or trademark law, is there any aspects that they should be paying attention to or missing when they go about trying to protect their work?
Well, one aspect which has become an issue is AI, and, and creators now have to be careful that they're deemed to be the actual creator. So if you just say, I want a picture of four dogs playing poker in a bar from 1920 in France, you're probably not considered a creator. So you have to be careful that you've done enough, and this is courts will decide what's enough. There's going to be a lot of litigation on whether you've actually done enough to be considered a creator and that AI was simply helping you facilitate that versus actually doing the creation. So I was just reading some article about companies and creators are keeping track of their prompts. They're keeping track of the process because something that a third party will say is you're not the creator and therefore you don't have any copyright in that. So AI has been a huge issue and it will continue uh, to be an issue. And it requires a lot of monitoring, but a lot of this can become more and more automated, scouring the internet for similar images. If you're a songwriter, uh, but I mean, you have to decide who you're going to go after. You know, are
Hmm.
you going to go after every single person who uh, makes a video or posts it to their friends and it happens to be open? So decisions need to be made as to what's worth your time or not.
So, other than keeping track of your creative process, is there another piece of advice that you would give artists or businesses to better protect their intellectual property rights?
Well, as we just discussed or I mentioned, you have, I mean, in trademark law, no one's going to enforce to check whether someone's infringing your mark. For copyright, no one's going to check unless you hire someone to do that, whether you're someone else is using uh, their creative work. I mean, there was just one component now, and again, it relates to, well, AI and large learning models and there was a huge settlement of the BART's versus Anthropic, $1.5 billion dollar settlement as to uh, how much AI can use from common or from public books uh, and uh, and images to create their learning model and whether there's fair use or not. And then that case, the judge basically the settlement was because the Anthropic bought uh, the books from illegitimate websites, but if they had bought the books from legitimate websites, it may be considered fair use as long as you're transforming the information. So creators are suing AI companies and saying you're taking my works and you're using it to make new music. I guess it's not just Anthropic and the AI companies. I mean, basically anyone could say, I'm going to take Let It Be from the Beatles, but change this and that and the other thing, and but basically they're taking the song. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the chords as to what's transformative, what's fair use, um, how much is considered to be different. I mean, there's people who sue musicians 25, 30 years later and say, you've used a riff, you've used some chords or whatever. Uh, and every case is unique on the circumstances. There's no specific rule. When you file a copyright registration, you have to inform the Copyright Office that you did use AI uh, in assisting in generating your creative work.
That's some great advice. Thank you for answering my questions about creative works and how to protect those copyright and trademarks when you're a creator and have an idea.
Well, I mean, you said copyrights and trademarks, that the creator is more in the copyright area.
Hmm.
The trademarks is more in the are you selling products? But it's also relating to takedown and informing these social media platforms. They all have different uh, processes in order to take down copyrighted material, trademark material. So to go to Walmart or to go to Amazon or Alibaba or any of these sites. And then it's somewhat of a whack-a-mole because these companies set up something, you get them kicked off the platform, and then they set up another company with a different name. Uh, so you have to see what's worthwhile, what's worth my time. But there's also companies that basically or they just their job is to scour the internet, send some threatening letter saying, give us $1,000 or we're going to go after you. And a lot of people just settle because they don't want to be involved in litigation.
Yep, that makes sense. So sometimes companies maybe have to be smart with how they use their resources when they're fighting these battles.
It's with any business, but intellectual property matters, patents, copyrights, trademarks, uh, you always have to make decisions. You don't have unlimited resources to file lawsuits and then what are the damages? So you could, there's no point in spending $50,000 to get back $3,000. I mean, that's just a stupid business decision. But then you
Mhm.
always have the creators who are like, I'm right. This is my work. I don't care how much it costs me. Uh, this is my
Yep.
baby.
The
And
emotional aspect of it.
right, and I get that in patents and everything. There's, I'm the creator, I'm the inventor, and it cost be damned. And so it's not just a business decision. There's also, as you just mentioned, the emotional factor. Do you have any parting words on this?
I guess that creative works definitely need to be protected is what I learned from you that to go ahead and get that copyright and file for it if you have an idea, because without it, you don't really have much um, ground to stand on.
And copyright registrations are relatively inexpensive. The copyright office fee is not that much, and generally, even the attorney's fee, it's a registration process. It's not an examination process. So, pretty much whatever you file, they'll accept, uh, and as long as you fill in the correct boxes.
Mhm.
All right. Well, thank you for the questions. Again, thank you for your time here at Stein IP. I wish you all the best in the future. To my audience, until next time. Oh, and in the next episode, I'm going to be interviewing Delia, and the topic is, uh, what is it? Artwork and contestants, something along those lines. All right.
Mhm.
Take care.
Thank you.